Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to Congregation L'Dor Va-Dor. I am Cantor Carol Garrett, and I am so glad to be here with all of you, both in person and virtually, as we gather together today to welcome this sacred Shabbat. A special happy day after Thanksgiving to each of you, and a warm welcome to Rabbi Sharon Steinberg and Temple Beth Shira and her community. We are honored to have you joining us here this evening. Thank you. Welcome to people on Zoom land as well as in person. At L'Dor Va-Dor, we are a community that holds space for many different beliefs. But what unites us is our shared commitment to Jewish values. We refer to our style of service as inspirational Judaism, a blend of inspiration, reflection, and joy. Our hope tonight is to inspire, enrich, and delight you as we come together to pray, sing, and reflect. In this season of gratitude and connection, we are so glad to be here together, creating sacred moments as one community. Let us open our hearts to the beauty and the power of this Shabbat, and may we find meaning and peace in our time together. Shabbat Shalom. And with that in mind, we are going to sing a song called We Are Together. So please join. Together, it's so nice to be together. We are together, it's so good. We are together, it's so nice to be together, 'cause when we are together, it's so good. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. We are together, it's so nice to be together, 'cause when we are together, it's so good. That's what happens when you start in the wrong key. Yeah. Anyway, I would like to introduce our honoree for lighting the candles tonight, Valerie Jett, who needs very little introduction as she's always part of doing something here at L'Dor Va-Dor. Thank you for all you do, Valerie.
It's on. Okay. Lighting the Shabbat candles is a fundamental Jewish ritual that has been passed down by our ancestors for generations. When lighting the candles, one should have a spiritual intent with the goal of illuminating and focusing on what really matters most in our lives. The focus is called kavana. The goal should be rebalance our priorities to focus our time and energy on what is lasting, rather than on the many urgent tasks that demand our attention, but don't represent our deepest priorities. So let us each take a moment to consider the matters that most matter to us as we begin to light these candles for Shabbat. Please join me. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivonu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. And I wish you all a very happy, healthy holiday season and best wishes and health for the new year.
Amen. Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce to you the Kiddush honoree, Stacy Lichtman. Another one that needs no introduction. We all know her from all that she does with L'Dor Va-Dor. Stacy.
Wine gladdens the heart. Wine is a symbol of joy and happiness. We are thankful that we are able to gather to celebrate this weekly holiday of Shabbat and this gathering of thanks together tonight, and rejoice with the Kiddush, meaning sanctification. So we raise this cup of wine in thanksgiving for all we have and recite the blessing over wine. Everybody. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, porei peri hagafen. Amen. And like all of you have expressed, we are so thankful that we are all here together and to celebrate another holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you hand it to Sharon on your way? Thank you. So now I'd like you to join in Rabbi's version, may he rest in peace, of Sweet Sabbath Wine. When life began, sometimes before our knowing, it's growing strong inside of me. Come take my hand, ooh, join me in where I'm going. Together we'll find our destiny. Warm, glowing bright, Sabbath flames, spreading light on Friday night. Sweet Sabbath wine makes the good times seem so good. I'm inclined as a Jew to spread peace and brotherhood. On Friday night, we are no longer lonely. If only I share my love with you. And when we hurt, we'll bring each other comfort and rejoice in living as a Jew. One, our God is one, so I'm reaching out as the God in me touches you. Sweet Sabbath wine makes the simcha seem so good. I'm inclined as a Jew to spread peace and brotherhood. Sweet Sabbath wine makes the simcha seem so good. I'm inclined to spread peace and brotherhood. Sweet Sabbath wine. So now we're beginning the intro to prayer, and I welcome you all to pray with me. This is my version of B'rei Yom V'Laila, but I think you've heard it enough perhaps that you know it. Because in the day brings us light. the light recedes to dark, the cycle starts again. Borei yom v'layla, golelo mipnei choshech. Borei yom v'layla, v'choshech mipnei or. Borei yom v'layla, golelo mipnei choshech. Borei yom v'layla, v'choshech mipnei or. So we have a responsive reading where you see the bold words. Please read boldly, as Rabbi would have said. Shabbat is a time to focus on what really matters, gratitude for our lives and our communities.
To wake up and to keep your eyes open to the many beautiful, mysterious, and holy things that happen all around us every day.
Many of them are like miracles. When we wake up and see the morning light, when we taste food and grow strong, when we learn from others and grow wise.
When we hug the people we love and feel warm, when we help those around us and feel good.
All these and more are there for us every day, but we must open our eyes to see them.
Let us truly open our eyes and be thankful and appreciate what we have right before us and all around us.
Adapted by Rabbi Lawrence Kushner. So the Baruch Hu, as we prepare to enter into the heart of our Shabbat prayers, we begin with the Baruch Hu, the call to prayer. The ancient and beautiful blessing invites us to join together in unity and reverence, acknowledging the holiness of this moment and the presence of the divine. The Baruch Hu calls upon each of us to raise our voices, whether in joy, in quiet reflection, or in gratitude. It is a moment when we affirm that God is here with us, whatever way you think of God, in this sacred space and in our lives, no matter where we are. As we recite the Baruch Hu, let us remember that we are part of a larger community, both those with us here tonight and those around the world who are also pausing to pray and reflect on this holy Shabbat. Let our voices rise together as we welcome the peace and sanctity of this time. And if you would please rise as we join together in the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu. Let me try a different key. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed. And if you want to stay standing for the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. You may be seated. And please join me in chanting the V'ahavta. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה, אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ולכתך בדרך, ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. This next song, again, is another one of our beloved Rabbi Barry's pieces, and I think you all know it, so. A creative power flows inside of me, which can be traced back to antiquity. And as reason makes clear, species rise and disappear, and evolution led to you and me. Something in the wind whispers God's name, but our view of God has not remained the same. As I gaze towards the sky, I don't see a bearded guy. Evolution best explains from whence we came. I'm giving thanks for the world and the works of creation, and the greatest explanation I can find is that process profound is occurring all around, evolving from amoebas to mankind. When I fully use my heart and mind, and when faith and science are at last aligned, the evidence makes clear how all living things got here. We evolved through time and we were not designed. Miracles abound in you and me. We're a product of the heaven and the sea. The remnants of a superstar describe exactly who we are, and the same is true for all life that we see. We're giving thanks for the world and the works of creation, and the greatest explanation I can find is that process profound is occurring all around, evolving from amoebas to mankind. Evolving from amoebas to mankind. Now, this is not to say that you can't have your own opinion about who God is and what you believe, but this was definitely what Rabbi believed. And if you read his book, you can learn more about what he talked about, which was the cosmic Judaism. So you are welcome to believe whatever it is that you do believe. Please join in a responsive reading. A great pianist was once asked by an ardent admirer, "How do you handle the notes as well as you do?"
Pauses between the notes. That is where the art resides.
In great living, as in great music, the art may be in the pauses. Surely one of the enduring contributions which Judaism made to the art of living was the Shabbat, the pause between the notes.
And it is to the Shabbat that we must look, if we are to restore the sense of serenity and sanctity to our lives, which Shabbat offers in such joyous abundance.
The intro to the Avot v'Imahot. In addition of the Imahot matriarchs to the Avot patriarchs in Jewish liturgy became more widespread during the late 20th century, reflecting a growing emphasis on egalitarian practices and the acknowledgement of women's central roles in Jewish tradition. While references to the matriarchs, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah, are ancient, their formal inclusion in prayers such as the Amidah gained momentum during the 1970s and 80s, particularly in Reform and Reconstructionist communities. This change aimed to make the liturgy more inclusive and affirm the equal spiritual significance of both patriarchal and matriarchal figures. The inclusion of the Imahot reflects broader trends in modern Judaism toward gender equality and inclusivity. By naming both patriarchs and matriarchs, the liturgy acknowledges the contributions of women to Jewish heritage and spiritually, fostering a connection to all aspects of Jewish ancestry. If it be your tradition and body, mind, or spirit, please rise for the Avot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el, Hagadol, Hagibor, v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei v'Nehem, L'man Shemo b'Ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Yetzrat Sarah, Atah Gibor li'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atav rav lehoshia, Mechalchel chayim v'chesed, Mechayeh hakol berachabim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Micha mocha ba'al givurot, Umido melach, Melech memir u'mechaye u'matmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman atah lechayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai mechaye hakol Atah kadosh b'shimcha kadosh Kedoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Amen. You may be seated. And many of you probably know this song, a Jeff Klepper song, so please join along. Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tashim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tashim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon Leko hashalom, ki atahu melech adon, leko hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tashim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam V'tu B'einecha Livarech Et Amcha Yisrael B'choei B'chosha B'shlomecha Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam. Please join in reading this with me. Blessed One who blesses all of mankind, may I know I am blessed in my moments of triumph as well as my moments of grief. May I know that the presence of love is the link to the divine. May I feel surrounded by love of neighbors, friends, and family. May the food I eat, the steps I take, the words I speak make the world a little brighter and those around me, their burdens a bit lighter. May I give more than I take. May I offer more than I seek. May I conceive more that is right and listen more than I speak. May the words of my mouth fall on soft and loving ears. May the deeds of my hands last for more than a few years. May I always have enough, and may what I have always be enough. May I want less and give more. On this week of Thanksgiving, may I give thanks and find grace and pleasure in the living. Amen. And please take a few moments of silence.
We'd like to wish a refuah shlema to all those in need of healing, both physically, spiritually, mentally. Rita Alsman, Bert Aronoff, Andy Beda, Sherry Cohn, Roberta Cooper, Mary Dishner, Michelle Eric, Irene Feinblatt, Wendy Frank, Laura Gallagher, Margie Goldman Spaderna, Fern Haber, Nadine Herbst, Tara Hollander, Vicki Hollander, Shelley Horowitz, Iris Jacob, Celia Cohn, Samantha Cohn Bartleman, David Kotlier, Linda Kupperman, Lori Lerner, Penny Martin, Sherry Medler, Lori Messinger, Melissa Swanson Musel, Dr. Suder Nair, John Normandin, Jay Oberoi, Alfred Paritsky, David Perlman, Laura Perlman Devons, Larry Pinchas, Vivian Pronin, Bernie Rosen, Michael Rosenthal, Laura Santacross, Miriam Civic, Harry Stone, Michelle Stone, Sephora Texera, Jacob Viner, Naomi Volan, Mark Wheatley, Lorelei Wolf, Charles Wood.
Are there any other names to add? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Michelle Bernstein. Anybody else? Carol Rauco. Okay, well. We wish them all a refuah shlema, and please join me in the Misha Berach. Misha Berach Avotinu Mekur HaBracha Leibotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotinu mekur habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. So we're going to introduce the Torah service now. It is Toldot. And Ruth, would you like to join us on the piano to start right after our reading? So please join before that as she gets her way up to the piano in responsive reading. We are very thankful for the numberless gifts and blessings that fill our days.
Sustains body and mind.
For love and friendship, for the delights of the senses,
And for the excellence of the Torah, which deepens our life and enriches our days.
all our days. And I'd like to call up for carrying the Torah, Alan Rubenstein and Roz Gaines. Thank you so much. you. Thank you to Ruth Notiff, our concert pianist. Thank you so much, Ruth. Amazing. Please join in the blessing before the Torah. Baruch hu et Adonai hamivarach. Baruch Adonai hamivarach leolam vahed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. I have it written on a piece of paper here as well. It's kind of dark. I turned it to the right spot, but oh well. Okay. Ve'eleh Toldot Yitzchak ben Avraham. Avraham holid et Yitzchak. This is the story of Isaac, son of Abraham. Abraham begot Isaac. V'yehi Yitzchak ben Avraham shana bekatcho et Ravcha bat Bechoel ha'amrami miftal aram achot Lavan hami loli isha. Isaac was 40 years old when he took to the wife Rebekah, daughter of Bethuel and Aramean of Padoram, sister of Laban and Aramean. V'hitar v'yitzchak Adonai lenaukat ishto ki Abraham hiv ve'itelo Adonai v'chaharivcha ishto. Isaac pleaded with Adonai on behalf of his wife because she was barren, and Adonai responded to his plea, and his wife Rebekah conceived. V'yitro zazu habnim v'kirva v'tomer en ken lama ze oniki v'chaleh lidoresh et Adonai. But the children struggled in her womb, and she said, if so, why do I exist? She went to inquire of Adonai. Vayomer Adonai lal shnei goyim bevipnei ushnei le'emim mimeid yiparedo velohim malom ye'ema verav ya'avod tza'ir. And Adonai answered her, 2 nations are in your womb. 2 separate people shall issue from your body. One people shall be mightier than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. The blessing after the Torah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten HaTorah. Amen. V'tzot HaTorah asher shem Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. I like that. Thank you. Beautiful. Do you want to come dress this for me? Okay. Thank you. My husband, who will do most of what I ask. I'm always so grateful. Oh my gosh. I did say most, but he's a wonderful guy. He schleps every week, as you know. I'm very lucky. 45 years this year, I think. Yeah. In December, so next month. Amazing, right? So, parsha Shabbat Shalom, this week's Torah portion, Toldot, which is generations, recounts the lives of Isaac and Rebekah and their sons, Esau and Jacob. It is a story about drama, deceit, and struggle for power, but also a story of destiny, values, and ultimately the lessons we learn from the choices we make. The actions of Esau and Jacob reveal deeper moral lessons about honesty, fairness, and the importance of being grateful, especially during this season of Thanksgiving. Some of us can learn from the mistakes of others. The rest of us has to be the others. During this Thanksgiving, we most likely reflected on what it meant to be grateful, but I also challenge you to consider how to live with integrity and to think before acting. A 60-year-old man goes to the doctor for a checkup. The doctor says, "You're in terrific shape. There's nothing wrong with you. You have the body of a 35-year-old. And by the way, how old was your father when he died?" "Well, who said he's dead?" "Well, how old is he? Is he very active?" "Well, yeah, he's 82 years old, and he goes skiing 3 times a season and surfing 3 times a week during the summer." "Wow, I can't believe it." "Well, how old was your grandfather when he died?" "Well, who said he was dead?" The doctor, astonished, says, "You mean to tell me you're 60 and both of your grandfather and father are alive? Is your grandfather very active?" "Oh, yeah, he's 160. He goes skiing at least once a season and surfing once a week during the summer. Not only that, my grandfather is getting married next week again." The doctor says, "At 106, why on earth would your grandfather want to get married?" The guy looks at him and says, "Well, who said he wanted to? His mother is putting tremendous pressure on him." Isn't that the job of a Jewish mother, after all, to pressure their children? Well, in this case, this is what happens in this Torah portion. Rebekah, who after struggling with infertility receives a divine message that she will give birth to twins. The oracle tells her that the older shall serve the younger, and that these 2 brothers will become the fathers of 2 distinct nations. When the twins are born, Esau emerges first, red-headed, hairy, to become a skilled hunter, while Jacob follows, holding onto his brother's heel. Their personalities, as the Torah describes, are quite different. Esau is wild, impulsive, and driven by physical desires, while Jacob is quiet, reflective, and more homebound. The early differences set the stage for the drama that unfolds. Esau's lack of foresight comes into full view when he sells his birthright to Jacob for a bowl of lentil soup. In a moment of hunger and desperation, Esau dismisses the profound spiritual and material value of his birthright. The birthright included not only material inheritance, but the spiritual leadership of the family. His impulse is driven by immediate gratification, rather than the consideration of what he stands to lose in the future. Esau's decision might seem like an isolated moment of hunger, but it's really about the bigger picture of how our decisions, big and small, shape our future. On the flip side, Jacob's decision to seize the opportunity is also complex. Although we might understand his desire to secure the birthright, the Torah doesn't present Jacob as a hero either. He too acts in a way that raises questions about ethics and fairness. We can pause here for a moment of reflection. How often do we, in our own lives, make decisions based on momentary desires or impulses without thinking of the long-term consequences? Esau's decision to sell his birthright for a meal is a cautionary tale about the dangers of living for the moment and neglecting the deeper values that shape our future. Isaac favors Esau because of his skill as a hunter, while Rebekah prefers Jacob. The favoritism leads to the great deception, Rebekah helping Jacob to disguise himself as Esau in order to receive the blessing meant to be given to Isaac's firstborn. And Jacob isn't necessarily excited or happy about doing this. Mother pressure. We moralize that Rebekah, knowing that God's will for the younger to rule over the older, seeks to secure Jacob's position by orchestrating a plan to deceive Isaac, who is now blind and nearing death. Isaac, though skeptical, is tricked into giving Jacob the blessing. This moment should raise questions about truth and deception. Did Rebekah have the right to intervene, even if she thought that she was acting according to the divine prophecy that she had received? The enraged Esau vows to kill Jacob. Esau has married 2 Hittite women, which caused great grief to Isaac and Rebekah because he did not seek their blessing. Later, Esau marries the daughter of Ishmael, his father's brother, which seems to be an attempt to please his parents. But the damage is done. His actions have shown a lack of respect for the values that defined his family, including honoring his parents and understanding the weight of the spiritual inheritance he was entitled to. Perhaps with already tense feelings between Ishmael and Isaac, now that Esau has also joined Ishmael's family, so to speak, it's the continuation of an endless feud between these families. The Torah does not moralize or pass judgment on the characters in a simplistic way. Instead, it shows us the consequences of their actions. Jacob will eventually marry Leah and Rachel, his mother's relatives, fulfilling the Torah's value of preserving family ties and ensuring continuity within the tribe. This gives us an important clue that family values, respect for the lineage, and honoring one's elders are key principles that the Torah seeks to instill in us. We are reminded that our actions toward others, especially within our own family, are a reflection of our values, and that these values will shape the course of our lives. However, Jacob, after deceitfully receiving the firstborn blessing, will later experience the sting of deceit himself. He will be tricked by Laban, his mother's brother, who deceives him into marrying Leah before he can marry Rachel, the woman he loves. Jacob will spend many years in servitude. He will know firsthand the pain of being outwitted and taken advantage of. I think that one of the central lessons of this parsha is the importance of living with honesty and integrity. Jacob and Esau's story is meant to be one that holds up a mirror so that we reflect on the choices we make every day. How often do we act impulsively without considering the long-term effects? How often do we focus on what we want right now rather than on the values we want to live by? What goes around comes around. Nam Yoho Renge Kyo is the Buddhist chant which means, I honor the law of cause and effect. If we live dishonestly, we may find that we too will experience the consequences of that behavior in our own lives. The Buddhists believe that if we chant this law with vigor and honesty, it will bring everything into balance and change our future karma. We are called to recognize and be thankful for the blessings we've been given, not just the material blessings, but the blessings of family, integrity, and the opportunity to live with honesty. We need to look at all of our leaders and look for that as well. Jewish values call us to be fair and not just in our dealings with others. We are to be honest when we act with integrity, when we create a world where blessings flow not just to us, but to everyone around us. The law, again, of cause and effect. Albert Einstein said, there are 2 things that are infinite, the universe and man's stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe. How we treat others has a profound impact, not just on them, but on us as well. Acting with fairness, kindness, and integrity creates a ripple effect leading to a better world. We just celebrated Thanksgiving, but now maybe let's take another moment to reflect on what we are truly grateful for. It's easy to be thankful for the material blessings we have, but let us also remember to give thanks for the moral blessings, honesty, fairness, integrity, kindness, and wisdom, to name a few. Let us also remember that our choices matter and that we can create a life of true blessings for ourselves and all of us around us. I don't speak because I have the power to speak. I speak because I don't have the power to remain silent, said Rabbi Kook. May this holiday season and every day be an opportunity to speak out and use your voice. Make thoughtful choices that reflect the best of who you are and what you choose to stand for. Much like the questions I asked you last week, what do you want your legacy to be? Shabbat Shalom and Happy Thanksgiving. Do you want to get put all the thing with me or no? Yeah. Okay. If I play, I don't know if it's in a key you can sing. You want to grab the mic? harim zalokayayin.
וריח קורנים, וסע ברוח הארבעים עם כל פעמונים. ובתרדמת איוון לאבן, צפויה בחלומה. העיר בדד יושבת, ובליבה חומה. ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור. ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור, כינור.
Please rise and join me in the Aleinu. Thank you, Rabbi Sharon. That was beautiful. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol lategedula yotzer bereshit shelo asanu k'goye haratzot velo samanu k'mishbechot hadama shelo sam kilkenu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam nahnu korim umishtakavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh. You can use your instruments. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo I'd like to invite up Sharon Leibovitz to lead us in the Kaddish.
So much, Cantor Carol. Thank you, Cantor Sharon, Rabbi Sharon. And you can please sit down for a moment. And thank you to not only Congregation L'Dor Va-Dor, but thank you to Temple Beth Shirah for joining us tonight. We're very, very pleased to be with you tonight. I'd like to read the names of those on our yahrzeit list who have recently passed: Deputy Ignacio Diaz, Rita Elias, Deborah Fetter, Roger Johnson, Jeff Noor, Cindy Malamed, Corporal Luis Pays, Rabbi Barry Silver, Miriam Stryker, Margie Van Meter, Deputy Sheriff Ralph Waller. And those we're celebrating the November yahrzeits of: Miriam Abrin, Jerry Beck, Martin Stephen Beck, Clara Cohn, Raylene Fenton, James D. Field, Rose Glick, Louis Greenberg, Pincus Herbst, Sadie Jacobs, Henry Kramer, Beverly Levin, Frank Lichtenberg, Sylvia Raskin, Leonard Rose, Nathan Rosenberg, Rose Rosenthal, Walter Spaderna, Hyman Stillerman, David Winston. And does anybody have any other names? Yes. Any others? Please rise for the Kaddish. And join me, please. Yiskadav Yiskadash Shemei Rabbah Bi'olma Divra Kirusei V'yamlich Machusei B'chayechon Uv'mechon Uv'chayedecho Beis Yisrael
Bagala Vizman Kariv V'Yimru. Amen. Yeheshme Rama Mervarach V'Olam Olameal Umaya Yisparach V'Yistabach V'Yisparar V'Yisramam V'Yisnaseh V'Yishadar V'Yishale V'Yishalal Shemeda Kudashah Berechu Le'elo Min Kol Birchasa V'Shirasa Tush Bechasa V'Nechemasa Dan Biron B'Alma V'Yimru. Amen. Yehesh Lama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Yimru. Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Mramav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Al Kol Yoshvei Tevel V'Yimru. Amen. May the lives of our loved ones that we hold in our hearts be with us forever, and may they guide us and their spirit guide us and keep us safe. And I give thanksgiving for them. Thank you. Amen. Please be seated as we have the announcements. Yeah, I know. L'Dor Va-Dor welcomes one and all. That's fine. Tuesday, December 3rd at 7 p.m. on our Zoom, we have our Touch of Jewish History, and our focus for that night will be Toady Fields. You're all welcome to join with us on Zoom at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. You can find the link on our website, and it'll be a very, very interesting evening as we discuss this wonderful Jewish comedian. Next Friday, December 6th, we're invited to be with Temple Beth Shirah at the South County Civic Center. And if you've signed up, or please sign up by this weekend for the dinner at 6:30. If you haven't, you're all welcome to come at 7:30 for the service, which will be a Beatles Shabbat led for Rabbi Sharon Steinberg. And we'll have a band, and it'll be very lively. And we have Cantor Carol and the band, and it'll be wonderful. So join us there at 7:30 for the service. On Sunday, December 8th at 3 p.m., we have a very special film that we're going to be showing, Shoah Ambassadors. And this is a free program, and it's going to be at the Unitarian Church, which is on St. Andrews Boulevard in Boca Raton between Yamada and Glades. And it's a joint program with us. And please feel free to come and invite students, grandchildren, children, etc. We're also going to have a Holocaust survivor speak afterwards and answer some questions. So it's really a special film. It's a 1-hour film, and we've been privileged to be able to show this through insight, through education. And it's a very powerful, powerful film. On Friday, December 13th, we'll be back here for our Shabbat, honoring our December birthdays and anniversaries, and with Cantor Carol. And the next night, Saturday, December 14th at 7 p.m., we're all going to go, I hope, to see the film Good Shabbos, which is a funny and heartwarming story. Bad Shabbos. I wrote Good Shabbos on here. Sorry. Bad Shabbos. And it's a funny and heartwarming story with an interfaith discussion afterwards. I was privileged to be part of a interfaith Thanksgiving service yesterday morning that Cantor Carol was part of in Lake Worth, and it was wonderful. And I made contact with several people who I hope are going to speak after the film Bad Shabbos. And the film is $8 per person. The regular fee for Movies of Delray at the corner of Hagen Ranch and Atlantic, and I hope we'll see all of you there. Look for L'Dor Va-Dor on social media, on our website, l'dorvador.org, our Facebook page, our Instagram, and our YouTube. Please stay for our Oneg Shabbat and schmooze with us and get to know one another, the two temples. And we thank Cantor Carol and Rabbi Sharon and Ruth Noda for her beautiful playing, and everybody for partaking with their tambourines and noisemakers, and our Oneg helpers back there, and for you for staying and schmoozing. So thank you, and Shabbat Shalom.
I also wanted to thank Nolan Fredrickson, my grandson here, who is running the camera. So he wasn't feeling all that great, but he showed up anyway to run camera for me. Thank you, Nolan. I wanted to say a couple other things. You know, besides all the other things we've heard, I know that Kim just celebrated her daughter's wedding. They just went away, so congratulations, Mazel Tov, on your daughter's wedding. And if there's anybody else that had a piece of really good news and they wanted to share it, we have a minute or two? No? Well, come up to me and tell me later if it's something you think of. Somebody said once you need to, like, give us a heads up that you're going to do that so we can think of something. So, you know. Anyway, the other thing that I wanted to say is we're trying to switch around and have announcements at the very end because we noticed that after you have announcements, everybody's kind of ready to go. So we kind of messed up a little bit today, but we're working to put the announcements at the very end so that then once you all start talking, you can then get up and go do your thing. So, by the way, final benediction. I get to do this part. So, may we depart with gratitude in our hearts for the blessings we have received, for the opportunities to learn, and for the community we share. Let us carry forth integrity, staying true to our values, acting with honesty, and walking paths of righteousness. May we dedicate ourselves to Tikkun Olam, the sacred work of repairing the world, knowing that every act of kindness and justice brings healing to our fractured world. In this season of Thanksgiving, let us cultivate appreciation, recognizing abundance in our lives, and sharing generously with others. Let us not be ruled by impulse, but instead pause, reflect, and make decisions guided by wisdom and care. And always remember, you matter deeply to us. Your presence enriches the world, and your contributions leave a lasting imprint on not only everybody else, but us. So go forth in peace and purpose. Amen. And would you like to join again in Hatikva, perhaps? Both of you? Yay. Thank you. Again in A minor, if that's okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for coming up. Start again.
כל עוד בלבב פנימה, נפש יהודי הומייה, ופאתי מזרח קדימה, עין לציון צופיה. עוד לא אבדה תקוותנו, התקווה בת שנות 2000, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים. להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים.
Amen. We'd like to have the bread and say the motzi. Somebody want to bring it up? Yay, Donna! Donna Field, one of our co-presidents. Hooray. Thank you for being here. Ready?
We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices join in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Amen. Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom. Hey, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom.